And now you're telling me you get these.
Mm-hmm.
Countless other people are probably seeing these. It's embarrassing on many levels. I think the
List three.
The fact that I never say anything on Facebook, and I, in the last week, have said maybe like 15 things all about one topic. That most people our age are posting baby pictures and, talking about recent tragedies in the world and how we can help.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm...
People are raising money for tragedy, and the only activity they've seen in a year from Matthew on Facebook is asking for details about a recreated Chucky doll.
Also trying to help other people out who, maybe don't
Have
speak
the
the
same
language,
questions?
right? Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
same questions, and from different parts of the world who like have asked this question many times, no one's answering. It's like, well, I'll help out. Until Mallory told me that I can see everything you're writing.
Do you feel like you have
help
sway
anybody.
on this Chucky message board thing where you're like, don't worry, I'll get the answers? They've seen my name around a lot. I've posted 15 times this week.
Back when I was posting, I'm not anymore because now I know the truth. I was like a mediator, I think, between the actual company and a lot of irate fans because nobody was. There were a lot of crossed wires, man.
What do you mean?
Like one,
miscommunication.
So one person bought something, and the Kickstarter page said thank you for your purchase. So essentially, it was the company saying thank you for your purchase. This customer did a screenshot, posted that onto the message board.
Mm-hmm.
Then the company replied to that by saying "You're welcome." A little confusing because they're essentially saying "You're welcome" to their own thank you.
Yeah.
And then some other fan wrote underneath, "That's a little rude. They just spent however much money on your thing, and now you're telling them you're welcome."
It is a little rude, I suppose. Yeah.
And then they'll come back and say, "How is it rude to say you're welcome to a thank you?" ? And this is all of them riddled with spelling errors from the company and fans alike. And eventually I stepped in and I was like, okay, let me just lay all this out and explain what happened. And I do it. And that's the end of it. And I feel like I helped the situation. I get a bunch of little likes, little happy faces from different people. And then the conversation ends.
Good.
People are friends again.
Good.
But now I'm not stepping in anymore. I'm not mediating any more of these disputes, any of these miscommunications. Not after this. How is it that Facebook allows people to see this information? Like, you're not a fan. You've never been on this.
Because you're commenting on Facebook.
Yeah, but I can understand. Like, who do we have a mutual friend of? Let's say Kevin Agostino.
Sure.
Kevin Agostino puts a picture of him up where he's burying a little baby.
Okay. Say bearing?
Burying a baby. Like burying a child alive.
Okay.
Because he's a sick guy.
Yeah.
So he puts a picture up like that. And then I comment on that photo saying, Kevin Agostino, you're sick.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see my comment to that photo. Shows up in your newsfeed.
Sure.
That makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm.
How is it that I'm going to a different, like a fan page for something that you've never even heard of? I write something there, and then you just see that comment just out of context? Like, how do you see it?
Maybe it's part of Facebook's algorithm that maybe, my friend Matthew, who I collaborate with and communicate with often, is now interested in this product or company. By sharing you talking to the company, maybe I'll go, oh, that's available? I want one of those too.
Yeah, I can understand them maybe wanting to. There's got to be a way to shut that off, man. I mean, I dropped a lot of fan pages in the last week that I've since I found out about this, because
you could probably fix your privacy settings instead of stop following all these.
They make everything so complicated, but like this was the last straw. I'm pretty much done now because I never write anything. I never write anything. I finally write one thing, and everyone's telling me, it's like, oh, I see that you're. It's like, no, this is not right.
There's been this enormous privacy scandal with Facebook releasing people's information.
I'm one of the victims.
Thousands upon thousands, if not millions of people are ending their Facebook account, I saw Will Ferrell put up a whole statement about how he loves interacting with his fans, but he can't deal with...
Can't comment on dolls without people ridiculing him.
And so he's deleting his Facebook page. Matthew, your final straw is really the fact that other people found out how much you want a doll.
Yeah, well, not even. I don't even want it that much. I'm just...
How much? How much were you willing to pay for it, Matthew?
How much was I willing to pay for it? I forget what
Wasn't it $520?
Yeah, I think I said $520.
Yeah. Okay. So you don't really want it.
You know, there'd be some sacrifices made. I'd figure out a way. I'm not just going to take $520 and
I'll buy the doll. I'll make ends meet. Don't worry. I'll manage to pay the rent, but I'm buying the doll. I don't really want it.
Oh, yeah. If ever there's something I really want that's too expensive and I still decide I'm going to buy it, I'll make money in a way that I wouldn't have made had I not wanted it.
This is sounding very suspicious already, Matthew. How are you making this money?
Different ways. I'm not at liberty to discuss it.
Okay.
No, I don't know. If maybe I'd pawn something. Maybe I'd work a couple extra hours somewhere, pick up another. You know, like this money wouldn't have been made had I not wanted it.
Thing.
So it's balances it out. So
but you don't really
I'm selling my body a bit. Like, well, no, selling my time. Sorry.
Well, you've already done this. You sold your body and your time to science.
That's true. Every now and then when I have a weird little tick or something, I question if it was
worth that $200.
Yeah,
on a Thursday night.
Yeah, no, like sometimes a part of my body will just just a random, like, you know, a part in your arm will just start to ripple. Like you got a little
like a little spasm.
Like a little spasm, but it'll continue for like 5 minutes. I'm just looking at it, and while I'm looking at my body rippling, I just start thinking, it's like, was the $4,000 I did back like 15 years ago really worth it?
$4,000 15 years ago, that's worth more than now.
Yeah, well, it's all gone now. I spent that fast.
Or I guess it's worth less now.
Who knows? Who knows how money works?
Yeah, we were having a long conversation earlier today, Matthew, about the value of American versus Canadian currency.
Yeah.
And I feel like you just didn't quite understand.
No, I think I did understand, because I was telling you I was having I think I simplified it, definitely, because I don't know the inner working. I'm not going to go start trading currencies at the bank, and you know, I just want to know what an American is feeling when they spend $100 versus how a Canadian feels when they spend $100. Is it the same feeling? Do they feel like they're spending the same amount of money, or do they feel like they're spending proportionately less or proportionately more to what the other is spending? I don't know if I'm coming across clear at all, but
I feel like an American would feel spending $100 American like they're spending more money than a Canadian would feel spending $100 Canadian.
Okay, so let's just say like 130 Canadian and 100 American.
Sure.
Does that sound fine for the purpose of this?
Sure.
$130 for Canadian feels the same to a Canadian as $100 feels to an American.
I think given that amount of money's buying power, yeah.
Okay. So like an American isn't sitting at home looking at the Canadian Amazon and being like, this is $100 in my country. Over there, they pay $130. They're getting ripped off because they know the value of $1 is different, right?
They may not. Americans are generally, honestly, I work with the public, and within the past week or two, I had American clients get a bill and ask, "Is this an American?" And I turned around and did what I've joked about doing many times and just said, "Where are you right now?" "You're in Canada." "What kind of dollars do you think we use here?" And then his buddies, started like punching him in the arm and making fun of him. It's like, yeah, of course we're using Canadian dollars. We're in Canada.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I often remind American clients that it's like, hey, it's like everything's 20% off because that's not the real price. It's 20% less than whatever they see here because they're using American dollars.
Yeah, you're doing the conversion for them. You're not just taking their money. And
I don't know. I feel like Canadians are far more preoccupied with America and the American dollar than vice versa.
Yeah.
So I don't know if an American is aware if they see if they, for whatever reason they go to Amazon.ca that the prices are higher for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I hear what the Canadian dollar is worth
on the news.
at least once a day.
Yeah.
Like I can't avoid it. I wonder
That's
if they
because
hear
you're
it
listening to
often.
the news.
The news is always on. That's true. But
You
I mean,
listen
it's
to radio all the time.
It's. I mean, I guess it's technically news, but it doesn't always need to be broadcast.
It
right?
is financial news.
Yeah.
Of the day.
It's not interesting to people who aren't interested in it. You know, there should be news cutoffs where like you don't have to tell me everything. I'll do some digging if I want to know.
It's like the weather, though.
Don't tell me the weather all the time. Tell me the weather 3 times. Don't tell me the weather every 15 minutes. They're telling me the weather every 15 minutes.
Because people are sometimes in the car listening to the radio for 15 minutes.
Well, look out the window. They're in the car.
Yeah, but you don't know what tonight and tomorrow is going to be.
Just like what happened to being
It's rare
surprised.
that they're like, right now it's this temperature and it is currently snowing.
That's
and
true.
that's all the information we'll give you.
That's true. They do that a lot.
They'll tell you what the weather is now.
But that's not part of the 15-minute weather reports.
No.
They just do that on the off time. Tell you what the weather is currently.
Oh, man, it's some real snowstorm out there.
Yeah.
And then you go on with your sentence. It's not...
Yeah, it's just the way to start sentences, the way to end sentences. It's needless.
Anyway.
I don't know what we're getting at here, but...
Long story short,
I'm
Matthew,
done with social media.
how much are you paying for this Chucky doll?
I haven't decided.
How much are they charging for this Chucky
doll? They're charging $500 American.
Oh, man. American?
Yeah.
You're not buying this Chucky doll.
So I've worked it out. That comes out. I've worked it out the price. I'm going to tell you how much the price is.
Okay.
With shipping, $740.
At
that point,
you're not buying this Chucky doll.
No, but now I'm telling you, there's alternatives.
Okay.
Other websites. Other websites that offer free shipping.
Okay.
Which is $80.
Okay.
At this place. Other websites that offer a 10% discount for your first order.
Okay.
That might bring me under $520. I don't know.
No, that gets you $450 American before shipping.
And who knows? Maybe by the end of the month, the Canadian dollar
spike
just skyrockets. It's all of a sudden it's worth like 3.
I assure you, it's not happening.
Of the American dollars.
No economist, but it's not going to happen.
Well, this.
So Matthew, you're not getting this Chucky doll. Well, Matthew, you said on this very podcast,
yeah,
you're capping out $520 with shipping, with conversion.
Yeah,
$520 Canadian dollars. Any more than that, you weren't going to get the Chucky doll.
That's true. Well, I got till the end of the month. I got until May 5th actually to get in on
for the
this.
price to go down.
No, for me to find the money. I gotta start hawking things.
Matthew. No. Because if it's more than $520, that money should go to the Cadeau and Janko Wednesdays at lunch burger road trip.
I've yet to agree to this.
Months of podcasts banged out in one American road trip where we can hit up American classics and chain burgers that we do not have access to in Canada. Massive road trip. See America, Matthew. Travel the world a little bit.
We're really going to see much of America?
Yeah, sure.
Like, I get to plan the road trip? Because I'm going to be
you
zigzagging.
You could jump in the planning. We can go see things you want to see, but we're talking about at least a half dozen American cities. Major American cities.
Yeah. Brantford?
Where is that? That sounds like Ontario.
That's in Ontario. Can we just go there?
We could pop in on our way home.
I think I meant Brainerd. If we can go there.
That doesn't even sound like a real place.
Isn't that? This is North Dakota.
Yeah, Brainerd, North Dakota?
Yeah, it's the home of Paul Bundy.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah, and the Big Blue Ox, right? Brainerd from Fargo.
North Dakota, yeah. Yeah, okay, maybe we'll swing by in a way.
I mean, that's pretty close to the border.
Yeah, but it's pretty far out west.
I'm already putting limitations on this. I've given up the Chucky doll for this.
All right, Matthew, maybe we'll just have to make it a longer road trip, more than 1 week.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see. That's unconfirmed.
Honestly, 2 Chucky dolls, we could do this whole road trip for like 12 days.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's the thing. Maybe I'll buy it now and then sell it for more.
You'll never get your money back on that, Matthew. You'll never get your money back on the Chucky doll.
I want to tell you something right now.
It's already costing too much, brand new.
I want to tell you something. It's probably not interesting to the listeners because we've been talking about this for far too long. But every single Chucky doll that has ever gone on sale, and this might be a stretch for me to say it's a fact, but
okay.
But basically, like everything that's gone on sale related to Chucky, like every variation of the doll,
sure,
has gone up in price by at least it's at least doubled.
Okay,
everything. Like, I'll go on eBay and I'll see ones that are still selling Someone recently sold one that he bought back probably when Seed of China